Hello, hi, hello. My name is Mitchell Davis.
Mitchell Davis?
You never watched Live Lava Live?
No, never even heard of that.
Live Llama Live? Live Lava Live. Live Llama Live with Mitchell Davis. Hi, hello. My name is Mitchell Davis.
You said Mitchell Davis the first time and I didn't know who it was, and then you said it again and I definitely didn't know who it was.
Any old school YouTubers that used to actually watch YouTube would know.
Are you looking at?
I'm looking at.
Oh, wow.
I know. I'm growing. I'm learning. They would know who Mitchell Davis is. He was like an old school, like, YouTube vlogger back in the day.
Yeah, I've missed that.
And he had a filming partner who they did videos together. His name was Kyle, I think, and he had a side account called Kyle's Nexus 1 because at the time the Nexus 1 phone had come out. You'll never understand.
You're speaking like English words.
This is how it sounds when you talk about anything.
Connecting.
I was very much a YouTube kid. I loved YouTube. Anyway, hi, hello.
We're back.
We're not Mitchell Davis. We are back. Back by unpopular demand. No one asked us to do this. This is simply a vanity project, but here we are. Today we are watching Figment, which is number 4 in the lineup of movies.
Loose Ends, Consequence. Yeah, Figment, and then Waking Brain. Yeah. 4.
Wow. I don't remember a whole lot from this movie. I remember.
I feel so distanced from it. You know, it's been like.
Yeah.
Loose Ends was the most memorable because of it. Well, Limerence was obviously very memorable because it was our first. Loose Ends was very memorable to me because it was so. Limerence took a while because it was just kind of like film when you can.
Yeah.
Loose Ends,
Same
film it
for
in a
the
day.
next one with Waking Brandon.
Yeah. And Loose Ends was film it in a day, edit in a week, and we're done. Yeah. It was like, wow, we saw the whole thing come together. This Consequence 48-hour film project.
But I think
first
this one was like a weekend. It didn't take a long time.
No, it didn't.
We had 2 locations.
Yeah.
I think we filmed it all in a weekend because we had, well, I guess 3 technically, but one was at the same place. We had the river park in Chattanooga, our apartment, and then the drive of the apartment.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't think there's anywhere else.
Yeah.
But I think we just kind of did it quickly and it was easy.
We did film it. It was more than a weekend because Andy's part was separate.
Okay.
Because her
and
schedule,
we did some pickups because of cheese. We added some parts later.
Yeah. So this one was kind of build as you go type thing too, but it didn't like.
We're very passionate about it.
I didn't really connect with it fully. Like it.
That's because I wrote it. He hates anything I do.
Oh no. No, it just didn't like.
Yeah, it was. We're neither of us. Like, I love a horror film, but I don't see myself making a horror film unless it's like really good and suspenseful and more like mind messy than.
Yeah, than just like, why did they do that? Why did they not do this? Why did they what?
Yeah.
Like that one was just a lot of questions.
Yeah, I like a good mind F. I don't like. Can we cuss on YouTube?
We've been cussing. I don't know why you're.
Oh, a mind. I'm more.
I'm gonna bleep it out.
Yeah, I'm more into like that kind of horror than I am like.
I'm actually gonna just start bleeping out words that are not cuss words. Just
something just suggestive. I really. Don't.
I'm gonna bleep out everything but you just pausing. You'll never expect it.
But yeah, so I think for both of us, horror films just aren't. And we're alienating so many people who love horror. I love horror. I watch horror. I am a very mentally subjective person. Is that the word I'm looking for? Like, if I watch a scary movie, I am in that scary movie and I will be murdered or.
Oh, you're like an experiential kind of.
Yeah, I'll be haunted by the ghosts. Like, I literally like. As a grown man, will be like afraid to get up and go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm the same way. I think
like that film.
I think the thing with me though is I like it, but I feel like the real world has been so much like that I need a break from it. Oh, speaking of, here's the other surprise I wanted to tell you. Guess which one of our YouTube videos right now got a spike in views?
Waking Brandon?
No.
I mean, Limerence?
No, it's not a short film.
Oh, I don't know.
This goes perfectly in hand
Medal
with
of
what
Honor?
we're talking about. No, the DC raids from What's Left, the news clip. Yeah, I know. And we had that discussion pretty candidly of like not trying to make it look like it was like trying to seem real, and like so much of that movie.
Well, I mean, if there's literal troops on the ground in DC, I wonder if people are just searching that. And
I know, and they're finding our video. I know.
Sorry,
I know.
it's not real.
God, can you believe how much stuff has happened that we wrote about in 2018 since then in that short film? That's check. To see, that's where I'm like, I need a break from horror because like I feel that like I want to be that experiential, but
life is more scary than fiction.
Yeah, right now it definitely is.
All right, let's go. Figment. What year is this? 11 years ago. God,
Yeah.
I was a child.
Starting off with the solid bass drum. Oh, the old logo.
5619.
Oh, that one's actually in focus. You remember the other one where I was so blurry?
I think we refilmed it.
We did.
That went nowhere. Well, I mean, it still happens, but there's no... That's me.
God, we love to get opening credits.
There's no we. That's a you. Like, that is ridiculous. Cheese it.
I don't think... Didn't we originally just start with the water bottle? I don't remember if we had that.
I'm pretty sure that...
Don't pause it. I mean, because like now we can't have... Like if they're going to watch it, they're just going to...
I'm pretty sure that whole sequence we filmed later, didn't we? Her on the couch asleep, and that was...
Yeah. Headphones with wires.
I still wear headphones with wires when I fly on the plane.
Very J.J. Abrams.
That was our first apartment at off campus.
Yeah. I was really...
It's always smart to stretch.
Yeah. I was really understanding insert shots where I was like, yeah, let's get a ton of them.
A little dangly hand. Dainty.
Uh-oh.
She's being chased by a douchebag? In a fedora?
You'd see that guy playing on Broadway any night. Any night of the week now.
Don't ostracize our community.
Locals don't really go there anyway. Why is she stopping like she's at a red light or something?
She's checking her phone. God. This was at the river park behind Chastate. UTC Warner Brothers. That's actually a pretty cool shot. Was she holding the camera for that?
I think so, and that was when we started using the 50 millimeter lens. I was like, why is it so close? We can't get far enough. And we didn't have a wider lens.
I actually kind of like it.
The only thing that bothered me was that it was
that was me.
Yeah, that it was not a global shutter, so it's really warpy and wavy.
I don't know. I kind of liked it though because it was very crisp. It was very in focus. A lot of changing of the
okay,
light.
I found a picture of how he did this one.
Oh, I've seen this. Where he was in a trunk. Our neighbors hated us. Where did that painting go? Who did that? I remember that.
I don't remember.
What was it?
Why did she not call the cops?
Terrifying.
Little throwback.
Well, throwback. I forgot about this part.
This was our first attempt at a Physically Awkward Films expanded universe.
Yeah.
Or cinematic universe. PAFCU isn't very catchy. Whose voice is that?
After a string of what police are now calling serial murders. Viewers in the
I like
immediate
this
area
show.
are being asked to report any suspicious activity to authorities immediately. There are no suspects at this time. Please be cautious. If you have any information on this situation, you can contact the anonymous tip line at
Whatever.
Whatever.
Whatever. This was our attempt to be Quentin Tarantino with all these feet shots.
Well, you did have a fetish at that time. You were doing that.
Yeah, okay.
Hello?
I always loved that shot because it's like she clearly sees there's
Yeah,
nothing that
yeah.
like she would have reacted if somebody was there, but that was purely just for our audience.
Well, our logic at that point, we didn't, we were trying the cheap filmmakers route of just getting into horror.
It's like, what if she moved and he was standing there but she didn't react? Like, what was? I'm so stupid.
Oh, it's just my ghost.
What book is that? Oh, is that a magazine?
Hey, magazine.
I'm so confused.
Don't ask questions, just...
Wait, so was it a movie that she was watching and then she fell asleep and then it incepted her brain, or was it real? Because at the end, like, so she's still asleep when she sees Aaron's character on the screen look at her, and then she wakes up and there are credits rolling, but is that the same thing?
Those are the credits from Loose Ends, which is the callback to the first one, which maybe we had like this expanded story
But
after
in-
Loose
in-
Ends that we know.
But in
Don't
your-
ask what we didn't want to.
in
We
your
didn't
brain,
make this
though-
movie for you to ask the questions about the plot. All right.
And yes, we did.
It's vibes.
In your
Straight
brain,
vibes.
in your brain, was she actually being chased by the
Well,
person?
this next part's about to make it even more confusing.
Next part. Is there a post credit?
I'm telling you, this is our first attempt at the Physically Awkward Films cinematic universe.
Oh, yeah. Also, Aaron does not look intimidating or scary. He just looks crazy.
Yeah. He's just staring.
Oh my gosh.
All right, well, we watched it.
That was a joy. So, interesting. I didn't hate it, but I feel very removed from it.
I had a lot of questions and no answers.
I did, but why? So, but is it real? What was when we wrote it? You never answered this.
I don't even think I think we were pulling a J.J. Abrams with Lost. It's
I've never
we
seen
don't really know what's going. I'm just now watching parts of it, and I'm kind of like,
You're lost.
no, I don't care. We didn't know. We clearly didn't know.
Yeah.
So we were just like, we'll leave it up for the audience.
There's a lot of layers to but like, we almost didn't leave it up to the audience. I think we just wanted them to be like, I have no fucking
Yeah,
idea.
that's what I was gonna say. Where you're like, there's a lot of layers. I was like, are there though, or did we just make it confusing
'Cause
for
we
the
say-
sake of being confusing?
It's a movie, or it's a real thing, and then it's a movie, and then it's
Not a movie.
not a movie, and then it's a movie
Then
in
it's
a movie,
Not a movie again.
and then it's not a movie, and then at the end, it's not a movie.
Yeah, and then we had loose ends in there somehow.
But then
Like-
credits pop up, so it's all happening in a movie.
But then the after credit scene.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I mean, it's just we definitely did not know.
I'm confused. I'm so confused when we made it. So
We were confused writing it. Clearly,
that's like I think we were trying to, like, be really deep.
we were like, wow, this is so
This is
deep.
incredible. And what if? Oh my God! What if we have a post-credit scene?
Someone should have told us. You know what? Tell your friends no.
I wonder how many people just walked out of the screening.
What?
Where did this play?
Didn't it play at the back lot?
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Figment was filmed, I guess, 12 years ago, 11 years ago, something like that.
Yeah, because we filmed that in the fall as we were writing Waking Brandon. And we're getting ready for it in the spring. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because Waking Brandon was kind of a big undertaking.
We started filming in the winter, like February-ish, I think. January, February for Waking Brandon. So it was like October. They were still green.
Yeah.
So like October, maybe?
I know that this is another movie before we really used any, almost said successful people, before we used any real crew or anything. So Caitlin McChesney's in this one again. Aaron Crowell, who was our roommate and friend.
Murder extraordinaire, apparently.
Great, yeah,
two films back to back.
Big murder guy. Big murder guy.
Big murder. They're coming for everybody.
Andy Tetro's in this one again.
She sent. You remember the audio thing that she sent for Limerence? She sent another part for this one.
Well, this is what Andy has to say about the movie.
I remember one time when Austin and Ryan got their apartment off campus and they asked me to help them with a horror movie, and just a short one, kind of Scream-esque. And I remember that I was supposed to be in my apartment alone, and then when I go to bed, the murderer comes in and strangles me. They asked me to redo it, but it was so funny when they asked me, "Hey, Andrea, we need you to redo the strangle scene because and I think it was Austin that said, because your noises sound inappropriate." And I was slightly mortified, but only for a second, because we just started laughing so hard, and I was like, "Yep, I see that now." So that just goes to show that feedback from friends is important.
I feel like that was the PG version of that, but it definitely sounded like she was having sex.
Yeah. And it's funny because I was waiting for her to say who said it, and of course it was going to be.
Yeah.
I'm the one. I'd be like, no, girl.
Well, back in the day, I was struggling with knowing how to communicate the direction with the actors, or I was able to focus more on the technical, even though I didn't know what I was doing with the technical. And then it was like, how do I say that? And you're like, this.
I got this. Yeah, I just have especially then I have more of a filter now than I used to.
I think.
But I mean, it's true. We were making a horror film, not a porn. So you need the audio to match up. It's
yeah.
It doesn't make sense for oh my god. We don't.
I forget what the sound was, but
I wish we had it. You don't want it to sound pleasurable when you're getting murdered.
I'm sure we could. I think I have the clips.
Or do you?
I'm sure serial killers are into that, but I don't know if that's our target. I hope that's not our target audience.
And they're like, yes.
One of the big things I remember from this I don't know if you do. Did you notice anything jump out as far as the color goes?
Is this the first time you color graded?
No. Well, yes.
I do remember I do remember something happened with the camera and you filmed it all in S-Log or something, or RAW, or something happened and it had a filter over it.
Well, it was.
Wasn't there a scene on the bridge, or was that from a different movie?
Yes. No, you're right. It was most of the outdoor stuff. Yeah. So
I remember the bridge thing really messing you up.
So much of it did. If anything, what I should have done is just make it black and white. That would have been so much easier. But remember, we were fresh off of Consequence, and Ben was the cinematographer for the opening. Yep, he was the cinematographer for the opening scene,
which was great.
Yeah, and he did not auto, so he changed it for the right color temperature and everything. It was not white balanced for what I filmed, and I just was like, point and click, you're good.
Go for it.
Oh, shit.
I remember in post.
Everything was blue, and I was like, what the hell? I don't know what I did. It just... And I either should have just kept it being blue or just made it black and white.
And that's when Ryan became a true editor.
No, I mean, the first time I was heartbroken over this is what we've got, and it sucks.
And then I come in, I'm like, it's fine. We'll figure it out.
I did an okay job of making it somewhat white balanced ish, but there are some shots that are just egregious.
If you watch it and see the color, which you will see it. If you rewatch it and see the color, I mean, what you did was crazy. Because keep in mind, he's not saying it was like a slight blue tint. I mean, it was blue.
All of it.
They looked
blue.
like Smurfs, and so he had to.
The Smurfiverse.
Yeah, he had to undo that in a way.
Fig Smurf.
Shout out to Rihanna.
Smurfment. Smurf.
I did not know that there was a Smurfs movie out right now.
Yeah, I didn't either until I saw the poster the other day. I was like, I am clearly not the target audience.
I had no idea. Smurfette, played by Rihanna.
But yes, I mean everything was blue for the outdoor stuff. The indoor stuff, because we filmed it at a different time. I actually figured out how to do it. But yeah, that one I was mortified on because like all of it, I was like, I at one point I think I like was having a breakdown. I was like, we got to refilm it all, and it was like it's
and I was probably lazy and was like, no, we'll figure it out. It'll be fine.
But I mean, we at least, but then we at least got to Waking Brandon where we did not shoot auto, but we still like. I guess I was talking to AC about this last night, where like I think Figment around that time frame was a turning point where, for the most part, it felt like Limerence, we got it out of our system. It was not good, but we did it. We finished it. We pulled off some stuff.
Yeah. Well, we made our first movie.
Yeah.
And some people don't get that far.
Yeah. And then Loose Ends, we did we filmed it in a day, edited it in a week, and it came together. It was like, oh, wow, we got this. We're on a roll. Consequence, we did our first 40-hour film project. Not great, but we won some awards. We finished it in 48 hours.
We left it feeling good.
Yeah, we had some momentum building.
And we were in Maine.
After
we literally like turned the movie in and then went and got on a plane.
Yeah.
And then while we were in Maine on the beautiful coast, we got a call like, "Oh, congratulations, y'all won some awards. It went really well at the screening." We were like,
"Yeah.
Where else do you want good news?"
So it felt like we're at the pinnacle.
Wow,
like
this is success.
Let me write my Oscar speech. Figment, I think, was the first brick wall we hit, where it was like I didn't know what I was doing with the camera because the color settings. That was the first one I started like shooting some of it on, and I was like, "This, I don't know what I'm doing. This looks terrible."
But a part of me misses that kind of like just doing simple, easy screen like without all. I hate pre-production. Like no pre-production. We just like. Would be like, here's a little idea. Half the time, we never even had like dialogue written.
Oh yeah, but that's why it played out like it
did.
And
so I don't know. I miss that just kind of like run and gun guerrilla filmmaking style sometimes.
I do feel like we work on bigger stuff, but I feel like we still work that way.
We do
it's
still
just
work that way. There's just more hands in the bucket and more
so but I feel like
cooks in the kitchen.
I feel like if you talk to some of the people that we've worked with and compared to some of the stuff they've done, they would still say it's pretty run and gun compared to like
really controlled set.
So I mean I feel like we still have that. It just feels more structured just because we have more moving parts. But yeah, I mean this to me was definitely the first time where it was like, oh, like we've learned a lot, but there's still so much more that we have to learn. Mm-hmm. And at the time, I remember that being really daunting. And now I'm like getting more accepting of it, but I'm still kind of like, dang, I feel like I should know more, Well,
but this movie was also at like not a weird time in our lives, but it was just another like step into like true adulthood, even though we were adults, because we had lived alone because we lived on campus out of our parents' houses. But this was our first like, we're paying for this apartment off campus.
We all had jobs.
We were all
I was after
figuring out life
after my last surgery. I guess Limerence was after my last surgery too. But like this one was definitely like, it felt we were becoming adults.
Well, and I think for in a weird way, this was the first time that like we were choosing to actually do this and make movies, because before we were choosing to do it, but we had the time.
Yeah.
And like we were just like on campus and could.
Yeah.
And so it's like, why not? But this time it was, we were working real jobs and paying real rent and had relationships, and
we weren't just going to the UC and
we had to cook.
What was why am I forgetting the other
Crossroads.
Yeah, we weren't going to UTC or the UC and Crossroads and Subway for food. We were like having to go to the grocery store and
life was weird, but we still were like, you know what? Let's make a movie. And I don't know if we did that because it's all we knew and that kind of helped make everything feel normal, or if that was because it was like, hey, we're actually going to try to do this.
For me, it was definitely like I wanted to try to do it. Like I think I have that like the athlete mentality of like, all right, I did it once, I want to figure out how to do it better.
Sure,
and
sure.
we, feel like we got knocked on our
You always
ass a
have
little
to
bit.
plug that you're an athlete.
Well, but like I do think that mentality helps to build resilience.
I think some people are lucky enough to walk into a career that, and they have the skills to do the career, but they miss the minutia that we've gone through to get to where we are.
Yeah.
They were able to go on to other people's sets or to start in corporate production or somewhere where it's hard work and it is long days and it's grinding
But
to get
there's
it
someone
done.
else building the momentum
Yeah,
behind it that
you
you're
get to come
coming
on to the set
Exactly.
versus build the set. Like when you are the person who is figuring it out and bringing the people together and creating the community that's going to create that, there's something different about that.
Yeah, and I think that's something that like us doing film this way and like making all these mistakes
Badly.
now. Yeah, but making the mistakes and then trying again and then still making more.
We
and
don't give up.
Yeah. I think that's the thing that like not everybody learns that and not everybody gets to experience that. They kind of just hit a brick wall and they're like, oh, that's my ceiling. That's can't get through this versus being like, no, I'm gonna try it again. I'll make new mistakes and I'll learn from those, but like I'm learning from the previous ones. And I think that is something that like, as frustrated as I was in the time doing this one about not knowing how to work the camera, it definitely helped me for going and waking Brandon after that.
Sure.
Like I can see now it's so weird because it doesn't even remotely, I don't think any of these that we've seen so far remotely compare to the work we're doing now, which is so strange because like we were so passionate about it back then, but didn't know what we were doing. But they were all like stepping stones that we learned,
Sure.
We learned stuff that like I still feel like we used in Galileo and What's Left, but like whole different set of moving parts, crew, and everybody else that we brought on around us too. Yeah. If you've made it this far in the podcast, first off, thank you so much. You rock. No, this is not an ad, unfortunately. Our airspace in our podcast is not that valuable yet, maybe. I don't know. But just wanted to say thank you, and for you to also do us a favor and give us a follow on all socials. We greatly appreciate the support and getting the word out on our work. We've got some behind-the-scenes stuff coming out soon, and hopefully we'll have some festival announcements. So thanks. Happy listening.
I still think it's funny people are watching the DC video.
I know. I saw that this morning. I was like,
here from the Washington, D.C. Invasion video.
we're
Hi.
sorry.
Hi, you're welcome. I think, too, going back to how we made our first movie with Limerence, and that's something that some people don't do, is one of the biggest barriers to entry that you hear with people that are like, oh, I want to make films. I want to be a filmmaker. How do I do it? And they're all like, well, finance, like, how do you do it? We even ask people, like, how did you make this? How do you afford this? But for us, we've always been able to control that because we have done everything.
Yeah.
So, and I know we talk about that all the time, but if you are listening to this and you have never made a film and or you're interested in film and that's why you stumbled upon this, or you just are interested, learn the craft, like do it yourself. You don't need to hire a DP. You don't need to hire a sound guy. You don't need to hire lighting. You don't need to hire your first film. And we've met a couple people that are venturing into making their first movie and they're all like, I'm going to need this person and this. And it's like, no, you don't. Like your first film does not have to be good. I promise you, probably will not be good. Unless you are just one of those extremely lucky people that have access to the industry, you're not going to churn out something incredible, but that's the point.
Yeah.
And I think so many people watch like a Nolan film or a Josh, or some other major film and they're like, this is what I want to do. I can't do it until I get there. And I struggle with that sometimes too, saying like, I can't do this. I can't do the baby steps. I need to start here. And that's not acceptable. You can't run a marathon by just being like, oh, yeah, I'm going to run a marathon tomorrow. Like you could, you might die.
It's helpful to aim for the stars. Yeah. You're probably never going to hit that, even if you have all the talent, money, resources and everything in the world, because you're not going to, somebody might have delivered a line that you didn't really like and you're 6 shots behind, you're losing time, you got to run. The weather changes, something comes up. Like there's just a certain amount of luck and serendipity in the moment that happens, that sometimes there's happy accidents.
Yeah, you got to be malleable.
Yeah. But I think if you get into the habit of only looking at like, hey, I'm really trying to reach for this, and then you're really like looking at your own stuff and you're like way back here. Yeah. and you're like beating yourself up about it, because I did that a lot, like would be it comes to a point of diminishing return where you're like only beating yourself up versus like, no, I am still trying to do this noble thing, and like just, you know, taking it one step at a time. You'll start realizing you're getting further along, that like it's a fine line to walk where you're like really reaching for it versus like just beating up on yourself for not getting there.
Well, and that's also going to eventually aid in you giving up. If you're constantly just tearing yourself down and being like, no offense, you would not be doing this if it weren't for me, and I wouldn't be doing this if it weren't for you. And we've balanced each other out in those ways because you are very hard on yourself. Incredibly hard on
I've
yourself.
gotten a lot better.
Well, it's
therapy helps.
Therapy does that, but it's the athletic mentality, and you're crazy. But it's the athlete mentality of like, you're always
crazy. I don't.
But athletes
You
are
tell me.
told from a very young age, you're not good enough, you're not fast enough, you're not smart enough. If you want to make
Train when no one else is, training.
fight for it. And that's a really poisoned version of what we've become kind of with an athlete society. It should be like, wow, you're really good at that. But no, then again, it does push people. So I don't know.
Yeah, there's a difference between like passion, where it kind of comes out of you, where that I think is contagious and it's helpful, and even when you're really feeling down, and like partly competitive nature, but it's the whole like,
it can breed burnout.
Yes, and there's part of it that is
by
luck.
physically awkward films.
Part of it is just luck you cannot emulate.
It's just like because I've always wanted to sing, but I sound like a dying animal, and it doesn't stop me from singing, but I've always said like, oh, if I could sing like you, I would never shut up. I would probably still be kind of shy and hide in a corner and not sing. And that sucks though.
Yeah, I mean but that's the confidence and persistence part that again is like it's a fine line, because you could also have that and not be talented, and like when do you know like, hey, it might be time to wrap it.
What if let's
move on to something
This is
else.
the part in the podcast where you realize that we're talking.
I'm going to school to be an accountant.
Well, guys, this is our last episode.
We still have some more short films to watch, but we decided it wasn't worth it.
What a therapist is watching. Your therapist is watching this, being like, "Oh, he's getting it. He's finally. He's so close.
Move on.
Our breakthrough is happening, but not that breakthrough. Not that
integrate
breakthrough.
and accept and release."
Wow.
I think it is helpful though, like watching back on this stuff, to be like, damn, we have overcome a lot of stuff, and we overcame making not good stuff for a while. Like, I'm really thinking about it now.
We're still making okay stuff.
Well, thinking about it now, I feel like In the Balance, the second one, was like really our first legit short film, and even then it's only kind of like half, because we didn't have a crew for it. We just filmed it in 2 days. It was really organized, and we had a schedule. And
the one that we filmed like at the library.
Yeah.
That was
because
cool.
that one was actually like, that was the first time where we filmed in a weekend, like we did with like Consequence and Loose Ends and stuff. But it was like lighting, the cinematography was all planned out, and we had it all mapped out like a real production.
Yeah.
So we
also went and completely changed the entire 4th floor of the Chattanooga Library, and
so cool.
Rearranged. It is cool.
Shout out
if
to
you're
the
in
Chattanooga Library.
Go check it out.
Yeah.
But be nice to people.
Yeah. And you'll get that back, mostly.
Sometimes.
But still put that out in the world.
Or
and if you don't get it back, then move on. They're not your people. Burnout was another brick wall that we like had to get through to like reevaluate and be like, we can't do it this way.
Yeah. Well, for you. To me, I was like, that was fun.
I was so burnt out on the burnout. But we'll get to that later.
That was also a weird time in life as well.
Everything's been like we just filmed the behind the scenes thing for What's Left, and you said when we were writing it, it was a weird time in our lives. Life is weird.
Yeah, I think every time's a weird time.
Yeah, especially now. You know, everything, what's down is up. Right is wrong. There's no more rules anymore.
And what's there's what's left.
Yeah, and what's left is slowly becoming reality. So, I think it is helpful to remember the resilience we had to get through for that, because like even with all the limitations we're facing now, the budget constrictions, time constraints, having to find the jobs that we have to do so we can do the stuff we want to.
Sure.
Like part of the thing in the creative process is like creating after you've kind of lost that initial excitement when you first start out with it.
Sure.
And like figuring out ways to hold on to that in spurts.
I think that's when you get good, though.
Yeah, that's
when
that's
you're doing,
what's so
because that's
weird
when
about it.
you're like, this is both killing me but also keeping me alive right now.
Yeah,
and that's when you really are digging into it.
Yeah, and that's what's so weird, because I do miss the kind of naive excitement for it, because you just don't know all the you have all these possibilities because you don't know the limitations until you hit them, and you get through it and you're like, wow, this kind of sucks. I feel like I don't know what I'm doing. I feel like I'm kind of a failure. But then you're like, you start learning and evaluating and reassessing and start building those stepping stones that I feel like we've done, that like looking back is like, wow, we really, I feel like if, like, so we made this short film 12 years ago, and I feel like, and I'm pretty sure it was around October, because horror film, fall, leaves starting to change and all that stuff. If we 12 years ago had seen What's Left in Galileo, we'd have been like, oh my God, this is amazing. Who did this? How did they do it? And be like, no, hey man, it was us. We did it, you know? So that's cool for me to rewatch thinking that way.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's it for Figment. Next up is Waking Brandon. Then we're going to have, funny enough, we ran into...
Waking Brandon, my choice for our biggest jump in production value. So we'll see how that goes.
We'll see what you think. We serendipitously ran into the star of Waking Brandon, Chris Holmes, so he will be our guest star on the. He'll be our guest on the next episode.
Yeah.
So be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.